Hello everyone, welcome back to Minecraft Legends, where in this video, I'll be ranking all the bosses in the game, so let's go! But just before I get into the video, I want to mention that I have a Discord server, so if you want to join, there's a link to it in the description, but anyways, let's start the video! So the worst Minecraft Legends boss, in my opinion, is the Horde of the Spore boss, the Devourer. It's got 4 attacks, a melee attack, which doesn't deal much damage, but it's got pretty good range, and an attack that shoots a spore that deals AoE damage where it lands, but the thing that makes this attack so strong is its range, which is almost like a redstone cannon. They can also do an attack which has giant AoE and deals insane damage, so much so that it can one-hit a player, which is just so annoying. Its last attack, however, isn't that bad. The Devourer throws up, which hasn't got that good AoE, and it doesn't deal that much damage if you have got the Moss Golem in your army. Overall though, I really dislike this boss. You die really frequently from just the stupidest attacks, and it's got an absurd amount of health, so even with creepers it still takes a really long time, and when it gets to 70 and 40%, it jumps to another location on the map, and you have to make bridges to that location. The terrain is also quite annoying, because your armor constantly falls down and can't pathfind up again. But that's then everything for the Devourers. Then on to the next boss on the list, which is the Horde of the Bastion boss, the Unbreakable. Now, I actually really like this boss. It was the first one I fought, and although it had a lot of health, the creepers could still get to him pretty easily. He has 3 attacks, a melee attack like the Devourer, but also one where he uses this cannon to shoot a magma block at the player. Now, I know this sounds a lot like the Devourer's attack, but since this one hasn't got such a long range, it's much more manageable. It's also got an attack where it uses this cannon as a flamethrower and damages everything in its range. Now, this is kind of like the Devourer's throw-up attack, so you can pretty easily counter it with Moss Golems. The next on the list, above the Unbreakable, is the Great Hog. Now, you might be asking why I didn't put this boss in first place, and that's mostly because if you've got a base around the Well of Fate, it will just destroy it, and there is nothing you can do about it. So yeah, that can just be super annoying. But other than that, I really like this boss. It's got 4 attacks, a melee attack, an attack where he throws the spears at you, an attack where he spins towards you, damaging all mobs within range, and finally an attack where he makes a ring of fire around him. This last attack can be countered with a Moss Golem, but the other 3 attacks don't give any effect, so they're basically useless here. Now, when you're fighting this boss, I recommend you set your spawn in a village, so every time you die, you'll have some Vindicators ready to join your army. But that's then everything for the Great Hogs. Then on to my favorite boss in Minecraft Legends, the Beast. I realized that instead of fighting him at a portal like all of the other Horde bosses, he attacks one of the villages, so you can finally use your arrow towers and such in a boss fight. Now, I can't find a list of all its attacks anywhere, so there might be some attacks I missed in this video. But the attacks I remember are a melee attack, and an attack where it charges forwards, damaging all mobs and instantly destroying most structures, including walls. And remember that if the piglins destroy the center of the village, you need to wait an entire day until you'll be able to fight the boss again. He can also run away and basically spawn in an army, whether it's a piglin army or a hoglin army or a bit of both, and then he rushes back into the fight. Now, I feel like this boss requires a little more strategy than the other bosses, since although you can rush in with creepers like everyone else, his army spawn ability will be able to defend from creeper attacks for a while, so instead, I found that using ranged units like the skeleton and plank golem, with some meat shields like the zombie and stone golems, is actually a really good strategy for this boss. So that's then all of the Minecraft Legends bosses ranked, and make sure to leave your ranking of them in the comment section below. But this will be everything for this video, so if you liked it, then just remember there's a button for that. But yeah, this will be everything for this video, so bye!